Hey everyone, I'm Dan and welcome back to my channel. First, I want to thank everyone that liked and commented on our first video. All the words you've said honestly warmed up my heart, and I will do my very best to respond on each comment. I'm sorry for the delay, but the restless me found an excuse to redraw the middle stage and the final stage of our grass starter. But first, let me show you what could have been our middle stage. Right from the get-go, I already have an idea of what direction I will take. I'll be keeping the lookup pose of Ivysaur, and I wanted to give deeper meaning to it. To me, it looked like it is yearning for something, and I want that something to be the canopies. So I gave the first designs a body build that is not suited for climbing. You will also notice in these designs that there are vine whips on its neck, because originally I wanted the middle stage name to be Venusaur. The reason was I was so happy on the first stage name, Bulbasaur, that is the same sound as Bulbasaur. And these were my first beta designs. These changed again because I've decided to revise my first stage. I kept the lookup pose, and the body is still not suitable for climbing up trees. And unlike the beta designs that has healthy leaves, I wanted this design to reflect the lack of reach for sunlight. Now, the problem with this design is it does not make you remember of Ivysaur, other than its name, Leavisaur. And like what I've told you earlier, the restless me revised the design again. For this version, I've rotated the body angle a little bit. I've kept the lookup pose. I've made the posture more awkward. The body is still not suitable for climbing. And for the most important part, I've put into consideration the flower petals of Ivysaur. Meet Leavisaur. From Leafy, which is an obsolete form of Leafy, and Saur from Dinosaur, the leafy Pokemon. Grass type. Heavy with nutrients from its early stage, it can no longer climb and spends its days gazing at the treetops. Deprived of direct sunlight, its leaves grow downward, weighing down its body. Side by side, you will also notice the sudden decrease in the speed, and that is to reflect the lore of the Pokédex entry. You will also see the transition in the emotions, and that mark near the eyes doubles as a teardrop. For our final stage, we only have these two finished versions, which means I've made a lot of sketches, but I was not able to finish any of them. On a lot of these sketches, I used a reference to trace my final stage silhouette. Other than the proportions of the pose, the other problem is how to execute the petals of Venusaur, on which I eventually gave up and start from scratch. I decided to use the silhouette technique, to which for the life of me forgot to which reactor I've learned that technique from. I was struggling to find the perfect balance between posture and proportions to house the neck petals. Once I found that perfect balance, the next challenge was to fill in the negative spaces. And we do that by breaking the spaces with lines, marks, and colors. So as you can see here on the hips, on the stomach, on the neck, and on the forehead, we have these yellow markings. And for the tail, I break that long negative space with the same markings as Heliolisk. And although we succeeded in making a Jurassic-inspired Dilophosaurus, it still does not remind any person of Venusaur. And that made me revise the design again. For the final version, I figured out that I had to be methodical. I also realized that I was missing Venusaur's warts or bumps on the legs. I also used the leaf shape and spread that accordingly on the tail, and then revamped the whole Venusaur tree into its neck. For the head crests that look like electrical plugs, They're also a reference to Seth, the Egyptian god. My simple explanation is because Venus is from Roman mythology, Helios is from Greek mythology, so I had to find someone else from another mythology, if that makes sense. As you can see here, I was still trying to revise the neck frills even after I started lining art the whole sketch. Setaphos from Seth and Dilophosaur, the power plant Pokemon, grass and electric. Now a living power plant, it has accepted its life on the forest floor. Its double crests harvest unbound electrons from the air to create its own energy without the need for direct sunlight. Feel free to pause here to check for the entire Pokédex entry. So, what do you think? Did the entire grass starter line meet your expectations? Again, feel free to comment, suggest, or criticize the whole grass starter line. All your suggestions will reflect on the final video of the whole starter lines. Again, sorry for the delay. The restless me just keeps on revising and revising all my artworks. And also, thanks again to everyone that supported me on the first video of this series. Hope you also like this one and we'll be looking forward for our next part, the fire starter. And I still don't have a good outro, so bye!